Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm Bonnie, Old Soul Mermaid, and today we are going to do a tarot unboxing and first impressions video of the Ember and Aura Tarot, the Awakening edition. So this is a kind of a second printing, second edition of the Ember and Aura Tarot by Jamie Richardson. Sorry about that. And it's still in its plastic. I took it out of its box. So I'm gonna stop the camera right now while I get it out of the plastic so you don't have to watch me do that. And then we will get straight into the deck. Okay, so it is out of the plastic, and let's just take a look really quickly at the box. It's a nice sturdy two-piece box with thumb cutouts. And you see the Awakening for Awakening edition. I love the watercolor kind of painterly effects. The crystals on the side. And there's a little bit of a preview of the cards. It's a 79 deck. This edition has an extra card. I believe it's this Awakening card that you see on the back. Okay. So let's get in a little bit closer so you can get a really good look at the cards. Now, Jamie Richardson, I saw on Etsy where I got this deck, and I will leave a link for this deck in case you're interested. She's described as a Christian mystic, and I will tell you right off the bat that this deck, it's kind of an anomaly for me. It is beautiful, but you will see why, and I will explain to you why this deck, I'm surprised that I bought it. It's very beautiful, and the artwork is right up my alley. I will tell you the reasons why I was drawn to it and what might have turned me off. I was kind of back and forth. So, so there's basically a little white book, and we will look at that in just after we go through the cards. So I do not have the original edition, but, and you can comment below what differences you notice. The only things I know right off the bat is the backs are different. I could be wrong, but maybe there was a border along the backs, and the design was a little bit different. And also a major difference is, besides that extra card, is the edging. A very beautiful pink edging of this deck. I will tell you that as far as the cardstock reminds me a lot of, if you have Ethany Dawn's Awakened Soul Oracle, kind of along those lines. The cards aren't as big as that, but it feels like that. And Ethany's deck has edging too, and it reminds me a lot of that. So it's thin but sturdy matte cardstock, super matte. So let's turn it over and start going through the cards. Okay, now I'm drawn to this artwork, this minimalistic, simple watercolor, hand drawing or painted art. I'm just drawn to it right off the bat. And let's see if I can get in a little bit closer. The Magician. Oh, I love how she's using her energy. It's kind of a biblical Moses parting of the seas is what this reminds me of. A beautiful earthy high priestess. I like the earthy feel to this card right here. And with the Empress here, she's got her loaf of bread. She's out in nature with a bird. Her hairstyle kind of reminds me of like what your grandmother maybe or mom, I don't know, depending how old you are, would have had in the 50s or 60s. I mean, her face looks young, but the hairstyle makes her look more on the mature side. There is the Emperor. Now, from viewing this deck from other previews, I would say this is a very female-oriented deck, but it does have the masculine, some masculine energy in here, traditional masculine energy with the Emperor. I like that. Well, he's an older gentleman. Okay, here's one of the cards, why I was kind of going back and forth. That looks like Jesus for the Hierophant. And I do have, the Hierophant is a triggering card for me coming, if you don't know, I come from a very conservative Mormon background. So anything that's overtly religious, like a popish figure, I'm a little bit triggered by that. That being said, I did watch a video by, I can't pronounce her channel, Saturanium. I will leave a link below to her video going over the Hierophant card and her musings on the Hierophant card, and I found them very helpful for me. So I will leave a link to that because the video was beautiful and it was very well done. But anyway, Jesus in and of itself, and I've been trying to separate myself from Christianity or my Mormon upbringing. I do not have a problem with Jesus as a spiritual leader, as a kind of prophet. I think a lot of his teachings were very good. The Sermon on the Mount, and kind of my mantra is to live by the KISS method, keep it simple, stupid, which for me interprets into the golden rule: do unto others as you would do unto them. And I believe that's the Sermon on the Mount. So I don't have a problem with Jesus as a spiritual leader. What I do have a problem with is organized religion in and of itself. How it kind of segregates people out, keeps people out. My religion, you know, you can't be, the one I grew up in, you can't be a full practicing member receiving all, you know, the perks if you are gay, lesbian, and if you're in another minority, if you're gender fluid, any of that, you have to be a heterosexual, basically. But I don't have problems with the teachings of Jesus in and of itself, or him as a figure, as a religious, spiritual leader. I believe that might be a call to the Dead Sea Scrolls maybe down there. I'm not sure. So enough on the Hierophant. It's just one of those cards for me, and I think we all have that one or two cards. So we have the Lovers. I won't spend too much time on other cards because I know you want to get through. The Chariot. I love how her braids are flying and you can get that feeling of movement. And I don't know if you're noticing, but I notice there's quite a bit of hands. Quite a bit of hands shown. Hands here. Maybe I'm imagining it. So that's something to keep on the lookout. Hands. Wolves instead of horses or sphinxes. Beautiful Strength card. I love the serene relationship between the two. But doesn't he look kind of Jesus-like here? The lion, he's got a more human face. Love, love, love this Hermit card. And I love that there's it looks to be an older woman here depicted. The Wheel of Fortune. And I love the depiction of movement depicted by the feet. you know, moving the energy and the deep roots kind of set into the earth. And I like that it takes, you know, effort and a lot of human effort to get things moving, change moving, cycles moving. Justice. Interesting that there are 3 figures here. But I like it. The Hanged One. Death. This is one of the most beautiful death cards I've seen recently. Got that Santa Muerte vibe going. It is beautiful. Temperance. Again, very beautiful, serene card. Yeah. Oh, I love this devil. And I've seen wings in past cards, so I think the wings, hands, that's something to look forward in future cards. Symbology of that, maybe it's in the book. I like, she's almost got an eight of swords feel to her, but she's trapped in this cage and blindfolded. And there's a key. She can get out. The key is right there in the cage with her. And just, you know, the facelessness of the devil is very, it's a potent image. Sometimes we, you know, our demons, we can't see them. We can't touch them. They're within us. The Tower. Kind of a very Tower of Babel feel. Babel. Beautiful star. Love this sort of sacred geometry on top. The Moon. Interesting depiction of this, and I really like it. Possibly reaching out, touching our shadow selves. Making friends with our shadow. I like it. The Sun. Again, the hands. Also the eyes. Eyes, hands, and wings. It'll be worth reading the little guidebook. Hope it's mentioned in there. Again, the all-seeing eye in this Judgment card. I love that she is depicted maybe as an older, slightly with her hair. Maybe it's just white because she's a celestial being, but wisdom is emanating from her. And the World. Beautiful. Here is the extra card, the Awakening card. I want to have to read about that, this extra card. I may keep this out. The Ace of Cups. Beautiful, beautiful ace. Water flowing in, water flowing out of the cup. The color palette I really enjoy. It's a very soothing, calming deck. Hands, but they're an active component of the Two of Cups here. Three of Cups, so looks rather pippish in the cups. Illustrated pip. Yep. Semi-traditional Four of Cups, except nothing is being offered to her. Five of Cups. We've got tears here to depict sorrow, regret. You've got actually the 2 cups upside down. The rest, well, that one's upright. 2 are kind of halfway spilling out. The 6 of Cups. So far, the Suit of Cups has been very pippish. 7 of Cups. Doesn't show the traditional choice. Eight of Cups, kind of getting more into, you know, a regular depiction, but it's still its own thing. 9 of Cups. You do get this bounty from a very rooted tree. It's beautiful. The artwork in here is just beautiful. The 10 of Cups. You notice how each hand is a slightly different color? I really like that. Okay, so now we're into the courts, and it looks like the pages are going to be Daughter of Cups. Knights are going to be the Son of Cups. Queens are renamed Diviner of Cups. Again, hands and an all-seeing eye. It's goes with the Queen of Cups. And the Kings are going to be the Sages. Now, what I liked about this deck, and I remember it, is the Sages were all depicted as mature women. And you know, if you've stayed with me on my channel, you know that age depiction is important to me, being a woman, 53 of age, 53 years of age. So I do like this. Now we're into the swords. The Ace of Swords. The Two of Swords. She's not blindfolded. I must say I do like the dresses, the simplistic, minimal wardrobe of the figures, that the figures are clothed in. Three of Swords, so no bleeding heart here. Four of Swords, meditation, instead of just a figure lying prone, which is good. Interesting. So in the Five of Swords, you get a figure that I would think would be more of a Three of Swords card. So that's very interesting. I've got an eye here. I'm glad the swords aren't poking her in the eye. The Six of Swords. So you do get this energy of her being ferried away somewhere. You can tell there's movement because her hair, is that her hair flying? Her braids? I think those are braids. So she's being ferried off to a better place, another situation. Seven of Swords. Interesting depiction. Very interesting. Eight of Swords. I really like this. You see a figure that is trapped, but basically trapped by unclear vision, unclear foresight. This fog is enveloping the figure. And we all know that fog is temporary. You know, the sun is going to come up and burn it all out, and things will become clear again. And you see the hint of promise with the dove. I really like this. I really, really like that. Ooh, 9 of Swords. This freaks me out a little bit. I don't know if the eyes are closed or if they are scratched out. The artist did some cross-hatching here in the eyes, and it is, it gives me the heebie-jeebies a little bit. 10 of Swords. It's interesting that she is upright and being stabbed. You know, I'm going through all this shit, but I am still standing. You can't knock me down. This is temporary. I am stronger than you that is trying to knock me down. Yeah, I dig it. So now, Daughter of Swords instead of the Page. Love her energy. The Son of Swords. So it looks like the knights or sons are going to be portrayed in these picture frames. Diviner of Swords. So she would be the queen, kind of a badass, which I think the Queen of Swords is. And actually, I wish I could develop more Queen of Swords energy for myself. I'm all emotions. I'm ruled by my emotions. Very much so. And this, the lovely Sage of Swords. And look how she's just balancing that sword so effortlessly. She is just at one with herself. She's got a lot of experience, and her experience has made her life experience has made her more valuable. She is a contributing member of society. Still valuable, still has a voice, still has something to teach, and still has something to offer the world. Hell yeah. Ace of Coins, beautiful, beautiful ace. It looks like the tree trunk. I love how you get the beginnings, the little acorn that then turns into a sapling and starts growing until it's this big oak. I love that. I just love that. Traditional or more earthy 2 of Coins, which I love. A 3 of Coins. You get that energy of something that's starting, a partnership. Something that's got some energy behind it, that's in the works, in the beginning stages. An agreement even. 4 of Coins looks a lot like the 4 of Swords that we just saw. And again, another depiction of meditation. So instead of holding on to her material goods, she's holding on and taking care of her mental faculties, her physical being, is what I'm getting from this. Add your interpretation in the comments below. Five of Coins, so this would be the 5 of Pentacles. So you do get kind of a feeling of lack with the barren trees. We don't have the traditional church and the 2 figures. You get her despondency with the tears coming down and the barren trees. The hands, here we go, 6 of Coins. A giving and or a receiving. Sometimes you're on the giving end, sometimes you're on the receiving end. Seven of Coins, beautiful sunflowers. I love this 8 of coins, and it has to be my favorite ever. I'm not the most talented in the world, but I love that they have the mannequin, her cutting table, her inspiration board, because I have all of those things. In fact, I am filming on my cutting board because in this room the light is the best. This is where I cut my fabric and sew. This is my sewing room. I'm in my sewing room and I just love this. Practice makes perfect. The 9 of coins, she's in her garden, her lush, beautiful, abundant garden, expression of serenity. 10 of coins, of fulfillment. In this depiction, she's birthed a child, but that child can, not only be the culmination of a pregnancy or of dreams of children, but a project, an endeavor, something you've worked hard and it's come into fruition. I love this daughter of coins, her earthiness, beautiful. Son of coins, got a little hipster vibe going on here. Again, the diviner of coins, so the queen of coins, she's got fertility all around her, the child, the one on the way, all this abundance of fruit, food, she's got it all. She's at the pinnacle of herself. And again, this fertility does not have to mean just children. It can be the goals you've set for yourself, professionally, monetarily, whatever it is. This is just a representation. It's not the full embodiment. It doesn't just mean, having kids. But it's a very Earth Mother energy here. And the lovely Sage of Coins. I love, 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 love her. Again, you can see Kitchen Witch, earthy magic. She's got a lot to teach all of us. She's older, and in this society she might be overlooked, but for those who are smart, you'll see that she has so much more to give. For those who can look past her age. She is at the full embodiment of herself, her powers. Priorities have shifted. The shit that you go through in your young adulthood, the 20s, it's all gone. The hustle years of your later 20s, your 30s and 40s of juggling probably a career and family and all that is gone. She is here, right here, to be her, to start living life for herself. She's done everything she's supposed to do by society, and now is her time. It's her time in her life to progress, to go on those journeys that she wants to embark on. And this is the time. This is her time. So this time of life is not to be feared. The Ace of Wands, beautiful, simplistic ace. 2 of Wands. Three of Wands. I do like how she's out on a raft instead of looking out onto the ocean from an embankment, from a shore. The Four of Wands. Beautiful bride. Beautiful bridal energy. The Five of Wands, giving off that feeling of conflict or competition. The Six of Wands. Okay, she's almost, to me, got the resurrected Christ imagery. You know, I'm back. I've been through something. I was crucified on the cross, you know, and when Jesus, her hands are upright, showing, you know, kind of, here are my scars. You don't believe me. I am the resurrected Christ. You know, how he shows his hands to Mary Magdalene and the apostles, kind of coming back in a blaze of glory. That's what it reminds me of. Let me know if you know, if that hits you too. That's not how I'm going to read with it. I'm going to use the traditional Six of Wands interpretation with my own little twist, but that's what that fits to me, but I think it's a beautiful card. Seven of Wands. I do love the simplistic fashion, the minimalistic fashion in this deck. On a more shallow note, in her chic little haircut. Those slip dresses are just, you know, you gotta love a good slip dress. Eight of Wands. Traditional, but normally instead of seeing them shooting down this way, they are shooting up, which I find interesting. Nine of Wands. You know, she's almost to the top. You know, she's at the culmination of this uphill battle. I like it. The Ten of Wands. Now this is interesting. She's got a very serene look on her face, so I'm not getting that, you know, the energy of burden, but I'll probably have to sit with this for a while. The Daughter of Wands. Son of Wands. The Diviner of Wands. Love, love, love her. So you do, if you've seen through this deck, it is mostly female-centric. You do get slight body, a slight difference in body shape, just slight. But you do get some age, and you do get a little bit of race diversity. It's not a lot, but there is some. But it is kind of a fantasy deck with the artwork. And you don't know if, you know, a lot of this could be maybe because of the limitations or what the artist feels comfortable in drawing. You know, that we don't have a lot of different body shapes or whatnot, that the figures are kind of, you know, they could maybe seem to be generic, but the deck is very cohesive. You know, maybe the artist just wants to have this very cohesive feel instead of depicting a whole lot of, you know, a ton of diversity. You don't know, but I think, and here's the Sage. Beautiful. Again, diverse. So far, I really, really, really love the energy of this deck. It's going to be interesting with my little issues, my couple of little issues. But I do think it's going to be a deck that is going to bridge the gap a little bit. Maybe help me bridge the gap between my former Christian upbringing and my forward path, where I'm heading to now. And that's why I got the deck. Just a quick look at the little guidebook. There is a table of contents, so you get tarot as a spiritual tool from the artist, an awakening, major, minor arcana, awakening card, and ingratitude. This is interesting. This is a little quote by Sue Monk Kidd, and she is the creator of The Secret Life of Bees. And she says, I feel in her unexpected moments her assumption into heaven happening in places inside of me. She will suddenly rise, and when she does not go up into the sky, but further inside of me. So she's got some kind of more spiritual Christian religious quotes here. She's got one from the Gospel of Thomas. I do know that this deck has Mary Magdalene energy in it. I think it was created with that in mind. So in the book, you do get a teeny tiny black and white picture of the card, which is good. You get a paragraph, you get upright words and upright keywords and reversal keywords. And let's see. Let us see if there's any spreads. Did they say there was any spreads? No. There doesn't seem to be any spreads, which I would have liked, but it's no big deal. You know, there's tons of spreads around, and you can find spreads everywhere. Oh, I did want to read the Awakening card, just so we could get an idea of the writing. So here's the card. This is the extra card in the deck. Do you feel it? Something inside has awakened, a knowing. This knowing has long been part of you. Awakening removes the blindfold of denial. You can no longer be blind to the truth. When its signs of life begin to stir, you may feel a discomfort, even fear. You must remember this is the small self struggling for boundaries, struggling to stay where it's safe. But the awakening is here, and your higher self knows that you are ready. You are ready to use your voice, to take a stand, to be an agent of change. No more hiding. You are a part of the great awakening. Now, upright words are initiation, boldly living one's purpose, call to sacred activism. Reversed, clinging to one's comfort zone, uncertain, probably meaning uncertainty, and giving away of power. So yes, okay. So let me know in the comments if you have both versions of this deck, or if you have the old one. How do they differ other than those things that the couple of things that I pointed out? How is the card stock? If you notice any differences in the maybe saturation of the cards, or maybe symbology, let me know in the comments. I do think this is a beautiful deck. I look forward to working with it, and I view it as a bridge, like I said before. My pathway from Christianity to a path towards something else, which is more beneficial to me, something that will serve me better. And yeah, like I said, I went back and forth with this deck, but I'm glad I have it, and I do look forward to working with it. So this concludes my walkthrough and unboxing of the Ember and Aura Tarot by Jamie Richardson. I will leave information, a link below to where you can get this deck. I got it off of Etsy, but I'll leave a link. And yeah, if you found any value to this video, please hit a like, a subscribe, a notification bell. It would really help me out. I enjoy making these videos for you. I just hope that they are serving a purpose, that They're helping you make a decision one way or another whether or not to get a deck. And that's mainly what the purpose of these unboxing videos are, if you know, to help you move the needle in one way or the other. And if that has done that for you, let me know, and by liking and subscribing and commenting. All right, so that's it for now. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Bye for now.